In the previous episode, we learned a lot about family business succession and crisis management from several Chinoy tycoons. Today, we will get to know a few more as we listen to their success stories and business strategies that paved the way to where they are right now. We will also get tips on how to further grow your business despite an economic nosedive. I'm Valerie Tan, 我是陈玉莹. This is Modern Tao Ke TV. Modern Tao Ke TV is brought to you by Globe by Business. Chinoy TV. His company is one of the key players in the local property sector. He has about 25 years of experience in the field of real estate and is considered the leading broker in the country. Let's know more about David Leechiu.
My personal philosophy in achieving success is you need luck in life and in business. But the harder you work, the more lucky you get. And I think that stuck a lot with me. I also picked up quite a lot from the SM family. And the one thing that we learned from them is to be modest and reasonable and respectful and never use your power against people. So I guess my journey started when we went through the early 80s during the Marcos crisis, the later part of the Marcos crisis. And the economy was doing very, very bad. And my parents lost everything. So we had cars, we had TV, we had business, and then all that got wiped out in the Marcos crisis. It taught me how to be more realistic about life and about how hard life will be without money and without vision and without sanity. When my parents lost their businesses and all their possessions and all their assets, interest rates were at 40% to 50% during those years. It was choking so many businesses. And so the only way my parents could make money is if people lent them goods in the morning, they would sell during the day, and then they would pay those people back in the evening. So that's how our life was like for many years. And we went from no savings to 1 day of savings to 1 week of savings. And for most of their life, my parents never had more than 3 months worth of savings. And so the only way we were able to do that is when they earned the trust of people who were willing to help them when they had nothing but their name. One thing that many people don't know is that I got kicked out of high school. And I got kicked out because, we were so distracted. Things were medyo magulo at that time in the economy and in the house, in our relationships. And so when I was lucky enough to enter this school called Center for Research and Communication at that time, which is now called University of Asia and the Pacific, that's when I learned how to study. That's when I learned to discover the lust for learning, and I was able to organize my life. I am a banana. I am yellow outside, but I am white inside. So my family is a member of a clan that is probably 300 people. And of the 300 people, I am the only one who cannot speak Chinese. And so the discrimination against me, I guess, was pretty intense because I couldn't speak Chinese. And I hung out with many non-Chinese friends. And I always spoke in English. I took management, entrepreneurial management. So it supposedly taught you how to set up a business. And that's also the time when I started learning about the stock market when I was 18. When I graduated in 1994, and if you didn't have any money, the two industries that you can make a lot of money quickly would be the stock market and the real estate market. And I chose the real estate market because I thought it was more stable. And that's what led me to start this journey of real estate. And that was 28 years ago now. The biggest difficulty I had back in the 90s and early 2000s when I started my business was I was the first local manager of an international brokerage business. So all my competitors were run by expats and I was the only local when I was still working for a company called FPD Savills. One of the things that we did was to protect people first. People always comes first in our business, so we had to make sure that everyone is safe. We've done all these protocols in the office.
We're going to take a break, but first, here's how to grow your business using products and solutions of Globe My Business.
Like everyone in the Philippines, the moment the pandemic started and the lockdown, we face a lot of difficulties from the suppliers, logistics, to customers having a hard time visiting us. I am Wilson Lee Flores, owner of Kamuning Bakery Cafe. Kamuning Bakery Cafe is the oldest and first bakery in Quezon City. It is also one of the oldest in Metro Manila. Before the lockdown started, the president made a speech. I immediately met all the staff and bakers. I said we have to adapt to new technologies and new way of doing business. We started online selling, social media marketing through Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, then also online banking. We started for the first time deliveries, relying on the online services of the couriers. And we made sure we have very good internet like Globe My Business also because they have affordable, excellent service technology. Number one, use technology, social media, online selling, use it effectively. Number two is good quality, maintain good quality and consistency. Number three, affordability. There should be affordable prices plus value for money. Number four, take care of your reputation. Be honest. Reputation of the business and the products that you sell. And another advice I would think is always innovate. Never be content with what you have.
Ngunit kahit anong mangyari, ang pag-ibig sana'y maghari. Sapat na mahal mo ang kasama mo, tuloy na tuloy pa rin ang Pasko. Ngunit kahit anong mangyari, ang pag-ibig sana'y maghari. Sapat na mahal mo ang kasama mo, tuloy na tuloy pa rin ang Pasko. Tuloy na tuloy pa rin ang Pasko.
This Christmas, let's support local SMEs.
It's one thing to be a real estate broker, and an entirely different thing to be a successful one. What more if you founded an entire company? David Leechiu shared with us his philosophy, his secret to success, and how he went with the changes in the industry.
I think the biggest lessons I've learned in the Filipino-Chinese community is that the work ethic is what will differentiate success with failure. If you have work ethic, that is a necessary formula for success. And part of that work ethic is that your word means a lot. Our business has not evolved earning the trust of clients face-to-face the old way. And so one of the few tools that have been very successful for us is using this product called Amber by Globe My Business. 500 people with one text message has been very effective and powerful for us. I think the formulas are the same from the way we started in the very, very beginning to today, which is we just have to be realistic, we have to be grounded, we have to be hardworking, we cannot be sloppy, we cannot be mediocre, and we have to keep adapting. We always ask ourselves, what is the new trend? What pieces of information that are not relevant today that will be relevant tomorrow? We have to always lead from the front, and we always have to move as a team. So this is not a business where individuals win. This is a business where teams win. To be leaders in our field, we have to do more than the people below us. I think success is being happy with your achievements while having big dreams. You have to aspire for things greater and go beyond yourself. One of the things that we did was to protect people first. People always comes first in our business, so we had to make sure that everyone is safe. We've done all these protocols in the office and we monitor people's movement on a daily basis. The second thing is that we have told our people what Jack Ma tells his people. So one of the things that Jack Ma said was customers first, employees second, shareholders third. A lot of people are quick to criticize and provide unsolicited advice to many people. I think it all starts with us. We have to continue to always do the right thing. I always tell my friends, if we want this country to prosper, we have to do our part. We have been blessed tremendously for being where we are. Even 6 months into the pandemic, we have not laid off anybody. We continue to grow and generate revenue in this business. We continue to be profitable during these times of the goodwill that many clients have given us. And that's because of the goodwill that many of our partners have given us. Post-pandemic, we will be where we were before the pandemic and where we are today. We expect ourselves to be holding the leadership in the brokerage business. My name is David Leechiu, Lee Xiongqie, and I am a modern Tao Ke.
We'll hear more words of wisdom after the short cap. But before that, here are some tips from Globe My Business users on how to make your business future ready.
Business development is very important because during this pandemic, there seems to be a new normal on how people live and how people interact nowadays. Hi, this is Raymond Choachuy. I am the Chief Innovation Officer of Car Doctor Incorporated. We're located in 80 Visayas Avenue, Barangay Basra, Quezon City. December of 2019, I met a Cebuano friend who was based in London who shared to me an idea of a second generation service station with a community hub. I visited the site in Cebu and I immediately fell in love with the idea, and this became the blueprint of Car Doctor and the Food Hive. Digitalization was a key for Car Doctor's impact to the community. So in a very short period of time, the tools that we used were, one is QR code. QR codes were used for customer database, menu, promo redemption, message redemption, health protocols. Secondly, we have now our own Viber community. Social media played a very great role in marketing Car Doctor in this pandemic. We are very active on social media. Mobile phone was the easy way to communicate with our customer, and we applied for a personalized number for easy number recall. Contactless payment was made available by GCash. And all of these were possible because of the Globe My Business solutions using wireless and mobile internet powered by Globe. If digitalization is the way to go and contactless payment should be made available.
Modern Tao Ke TV is brought to you by Gift Local, Marco Polo Ortigas, Manila, BA Securities, Manila Bulletin, Arc Interiors and Events. How do you keep your business ahead in a time of a pandemic, especially now that homegrown brands are gaining prominence through online? Let's answer this question by having a chat with Christopher Ong, plant manager of Baker's Fair. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Valerie.
How are you today?
I'm good.
I just want to share with you a quick story. I grew up in downtown Manila and my mom regularly bought Baker's Fair bread. Regularly, like every week I would eat it. Yeah.
Really?
So it's part of my childhood memory. So it's been in the business for a long time. Can you tell us when and how did Baker's Fair start?
Well, Baker's Fair actually started way back before I was born in 1965. My grandfather started it with my uncle, and his first store was in Avenida. That's what they call Rizal Avenue back then, Avenida. And it was located strategically near the bus station and several movie theaters like Odeon. And from there, my uncles and father built a commissary nearby in Oroqueta Street. And from then on, we opened a few more branches, like in Ongpin, Quiapo, Miramol, and other areas as well.
I noticed that a lot of your branches are in very key locations, high foot traffic.
Yes, they are. Of course, strategically chosen for the masses, not just affordable, but valuable. Yes.
And you are the third generation in the family. So how was it like adapting or entering the family business?
Well, as a third generation, I had to learn pretty much from my father and my uncles. I had to listen to them a lot. I had to learn from not just from them, but also from the people that work at Baker's Fair. I had to ask a lot of questions before I could start teaching the other people. So I had to learn why this oven setting was this way, why the mixing was done in a particular way, and before I could set up the things that I was tasked to do. Because back then when I started, I was tasked to do the production line, wherein we're doing batch mixing, wherein using one mixer at a time, separate mixers, and then we would go into continuous mixing now. So continuous mixing method, it's a straight line from the mixer to the poster, and then to the tunnel oven, and then to a conveyor. So it was quite a challenge back then to set it up, but we were able to do so to move forward in the baking industry.
What leadership traits did you imbibe from your father?
Leadership traits that I learned from my father was to be moderate as far as or temper my emotions. He was a type of person who would be soft-spoken in a way. He would develop relationships with people, not just go into business, then deal with this and that. So business is relationships, not just numbers and figures. So that's what I learned from my father, and that's what I try to do when I'm in business.
All right, Chris, we will talk more later after our short break. But before that, here are some tips on how to make your business stay ahead during this difficult time.
The pandemic has impacted the restaurant industry the most because we focus mainly on dine-in customers, and when the pandemic broke out, people were not coming to our restaurants, so we had to depend mainly on deliveries. It's not something that we are used to, but we are adapting to it as fast as we could. Hello, I'm Henrik. I'm from Bigby's Quality Food Corporation. We run a few restaurants here in the Visayas and Mindanao area, namely Bigby's, Missy Bonbon, Boy Zugba, and Rakiata Ramen House. Well, the need for the delivery was very important, so we are now coming up with a food delivery app called the Food Trip app, which is coming out in a few weeks. and we rely heavily on Globe My Business for that internet connection. First is you have to have a good camera so that when you take photos or videos, it's going to show up in the Facebook feed nicely and people would like to buy it. So you have to have your Facebook ads into your business, because that is one of the most important thing right now, when people can interact with you and message you to order. And number 3 is to just do it, because everything, you have to start from somewhere. It doesn't have to be big or anything, so you just have to start it.
Modern Tao Ke TV is brought to you by Gift Local, Marco Polo Ortigas, Manila, BA Securities, Manila Bulletin, Art Interiors and Events. Welcome back! Still with us is Chris Ong, the plant manager of Baker's Fair. And now that we are in the new world of course, COVID-19, how does your business survive and thrive?
Well, our business has definitely been affected from this pandemic. More than 50% of our sales have been affected by this, and I don't think we can really say thrive in this period, but it's more of how we can survive the challenges that we have right now, how to get more customers to other markets to be able to access our products and services, since they are not able to come out. So we are in the process of expanding our sales into the online world, as most people have already. And this is where, of course, Globe My Business is able to help in our step towards going online with their communications and broadband networks, and definitely, of course, the quality service that they provide for.
How do you think the food industry can bounce back even slowly after this pandemic?
I think the food industry can bounce back as soon as the government eases a little bit more of the GCQ guidelines. As soon as the schools are able to return to normal and the curfews are a bit more lifted, we should be able to see bounce back from all of these. But the thing that I see when you compare it to other countries is other countries that learned to live with this pandemic. They've adapted their lifestyle, and I think Filipinos should be able to do that on their own and live their normal lives together with COVID-19.
As we wrap things up, Chris, a lot of SMEs are having a hard time now, as expected. What are your advice for them?
Well, my advice would be to try to keep yourself as stable as possible. And if you focus on being able to get through this, I'm sure you can rise up from this and be able to do much, much better as things go back to normal. So that's something that consolation that you can always look forward to once this phase is finished.
Exciting times up ahead. Thank you so much for being with us, Chris, and for giving us some words of wisdom. Thank you. Tosya.
You're very welcome. Thank you very much for having me, Danny.
And we hope our conversation shed light to aspiring Taokes out there. Before we go, here are some ways on how to adapt to the new normal in the retail industry.
The pandemic has given us a lot of challenges in terms of deliveries to our customers and logistics problem from our suppliers. We do close communication with our people in the field, with our branches, warehouse personnel, and our delivery staffs. Hi everyone, my name is Richmond Ho, Vice President of Falcor Marketing Corporation. We are a company based here in Bacolod City. We are into wholesale retail distribution of fertilizer, animal feeds, chemicals, and veterinary products. Since we decided to expand, We had to make sure that we have a stable phone line and internet connection from our head office going to all the branches. Luckily, we partnered with Globe My Business and they offered us their digital solution, which is G Suites or Google Suites. It really helped us in terms of faster inter-office communication. Since we are still a newbie, all I can share is tip number 1, hire a marketing consultant and hire additional people to answer all the queries and orders in Facebook. Second, we focus on targeting different customer profiles each day. Third, from time to time, we hold contests and giveaways such as online dog fashion show and online photo contests just to attract our customers and potential customers.
In this age of globalization, we can say that getting digitized is very important to keep up with our market. As a fintech company during this pandemic, we ensure that we maximize our technology in following the health protocols. Hi, I'm Raymond, CEO of Zybi Tech. We recently launched OneCash last July 2019. We offer a reseller program that aims to provide business opportunities to our users that will help them earn additional income anytime, anywhere. Here are my top 3 tips. First, don't be afraid to learn and try out the different digital marketing tools available in the market. As a business that is highly dependent on the internet, Globe My Business is helping make our business more productive with their ever-reliable internet service, and our customer care is powered by Globe SMS, which enables them to connect to our users any time of the day. Another is Globe Data Center. As part of our business continuity plan to ensure that our services will be online 24/7 during these critical times. Next, always be visible on social media and other online channels. For SMEs, online presence through the likes of social media will greatly help in introducing your business to every Filipino. It amplifies business possibilities of tapping into new customers at a greater reach. It allows you to tap potential consumers far beyond the reach of your physical store. Last, do not be easily discouraged. Sometimes the journey to digitalization isn't as quick and easy as expected, but it can lead our business to keep up with ever fast changing consumer and market behavior.
Our modern Tao Kes today are the living proof that all things are difficult before they are easy. We thank you for tuning in with us. Tao Kes, we still have a lot of events, stories, and business tips coming your way. Visit Choachuy TV website and our social media pages. I'm Valerie Tan, 我是陈玉莹, and this is Modern Tao Ke TV.
Ngunit kahit anong mangyari, ang pag-ibig sana'y maghari. Sapat na mahal mo ang kasama mo, tuloy na tuloy pa rin ang Pasko. Ngunit kahit anong mangyari, ang pag-ibig sana'y maghari. Sapat na mahal mo ang kasama mo, tuloy na tuloy pa rin ang Pasko. Tuloy na tuloy pa rin ang Pasko.
This Christmas, let's support local SMEs.